Wokey, wokey, wokey. Ricky Valerie Cole, transgender woman, wins Miss Netherlands for the first time. So what are we saying when we say transgender? What's it really mean? Well, if you translate transgender or trans to fake, then you end up with fake woman. And that's what Miss Netherlands, the new Miss Netherlands is. It's a Mr. Netherlands. Ricky Valerie Cole is a man. So it's fake woman equals male biological XY chromosome. Transgender woman, translate it. It's a fake woman. Fake woman. If we had transgender man, that would mean we have a fake man. And that would mean we have a woman claiming to be a man with XX chromosome. If there's Y chromosome in the DNA of a person, their biological makeup, then they are male. If there's no Y chromosome, then they are female. They can try to hoodwink you, newspeak you, all they like, but it's not going to change the scientific biological facts. Okay, so, but for the case of the video, I'm going to use the word transgender woman, but I will change it to fake woman also, just to keep you up to date on where we're going. So I don't confuse you, because this is their agenda, and it is to confuse, so they can then change the definitions of all kinds of things like words, and change the definition of what it is to be a man and a woman. Most of them, if you ask them, can you give me a definition for a woman or a man, will say, well, I can't really do, and they will speak around the question with some newspeak answer. Yeah, the newspeak answer. Ricky Valerie Cole, 22, clinched the title on Saturday and will now take part in Miss Universe later this year, where she will be the pageant's second transgender fake gender competitor. Okay, now let's be honest, folks. Do we really think she won this competition? Have I just said she? Yes, I did. Do we really think he won this competition based on his own merits? Well, actually, he couldn't have even qualified if we'd have stuck to reality and they'd have stuck to reality. He would not have qualified, because he's not a woman. He's a fake woman. He's a transgender woman. Fake woman equals man. So he wouldn't have even qualified, would he? And it's quite obvious it's been planned for him to win in order to push this fake gender cult, because that's what it is. And we'll read on. And you can see pictures of him there. I'll scroll them across the screen. A fake woman, transgender woman, has won the Miss Netherlands, Mr. Netherlands now, beauty pageant for the first time in the competition's history. And there we have Mr. Netherlands! I didn't know there was a competition, Mr. Netherlands. I should have entered, really. Could have entered for that. Anyway, you ladies out there, are you angry? I'm angry for you. I'm angry for my nieces. I'm angry for my sister. I'm angry for every woman on this planet that has been, is being, and will be. And I'm talking about biological woman here, not some fake woman who's really a man who decides to say they are now a man. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. They're imposing themselves, these abusers, mutilators of the flesh, are imposing themselves upon women and taking up the spaces of women. They are the ones going into the real biological females' toilets. And they are the ones, yes, it's happened, who are going into the wards in England, in Scotland, in the NHS have allowed it. And there was one case, maybe even be more now, whereby a fake woman, a transgender woman, raped a real woman on a ward in the UK in the NHS hospital. And basically, the hospital said, no, it couldn't have happened to the police because there are no women, there are no men on the ward. See, newspeak, you see, because in their little world, suddenly this biological male was not a male. Because he said, I'm now a woman. He was a woman. Therefore, that's an impossibility to rape a woman even though he was a man. But eventually, they had to admit it did happen. They lied to the police. There's no man on this ward. Right, okay. And so CCTV, nurses and other witnesses came forward, and then they had to listen to them. And the NHS pushed that agenda. They're abusing you as well, women, all in the name of Newspeak, all in the name of the new cult. Stand up, be counted. The 22-year-old from Breda in south of the Netherlands is the first transgender fake winner in the competition. Its 94-year history. If I've repeated that, I'm sorry. He will now go on to compete in the Miss Universe competition in El Salvador in December. So, this is the way of forcing in these biological men. If there's a country who says, well, we don't really agree with this, we're not going to have any biological men competing as a woman in our country, and then they're forced into it when they have to compete in the actual final with a biological male. So women, what are you going to do about this? And all you women who competed in that one in Netherlands should have stood up and said, no, we're not doing this to our womanhood. We're not doing this to our femalehood. We're not doing this to our biological sex. We're not allowing a man to impose himself upon us and abuse us and dominate us. I mean, this person, this man, you can clearly see he's a man. Clearly see it. And you need to stand up against this insanity, you as women, because before you know it, there will be no biological women competing in any sports, in any competitions, because the men who want to dominate and the agenda that wants to oppress women will have taken over, because you will have a big responsible effect on allowing this by not speaking up. She will now go on to compete in the Miss Universe competition in El Salvador in December. Miss Cole will be the competition's second openly transgender competitor after Spanish model Angela Ponce in 2018. I wonder what his real name is. Anyway, we shall read on from that one. And there you go. There's pictures there. Look at the size of him. Come on. Look at him. And look at them all looking up to him. You know what? They should be right hooking him, shouldn't they? Putting him down on the floor. This is an absolute... In fact, they shouldn't even be there competing. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful to see this. And, well, you know, if you call that beauty, I'm not just talking about physical here. I'm talking about everything this deceiver of the flesh, this mutilator of the flesh, even spoke about in order to impress these woke judges who obviously have been given the green card or have been told, look, we need this to push the cult. We need this biological man to win this competition. We need to be pushing this experimental thing we're pushing on society because we want more kids to have more sex changes in young. We need to carry on this experimentation with the human body to see how good we can get at making it look like a man can be a woman or a biological woman can be a biological man. We need, even though they can't because of the X and the Y chromosome male, no Y chromosomes female. That's a biological fact. And this is what's happened. And you're all being kidded. You are all being hoodwinked. You are all being gaslighted into this insanity if you're going along with it. In her entry profile, she said she aimed to be a voice and role model. He aimed to be a voice and role model. I know better than anyone what it's like to feel alone and not be surrounded by only positive thoughts, she wrote. I know better than anyone. I know. No, you don't. I'm sorry, but there are millions and billions. Every single person on this planet at some point has felt alone and not been surrounded by positive thoughts. And you know what we've done? We've got up and we've said, okay, I'm going to tackle this. We haven't got up and said, right, I'm going to think I'm a lady and I'm going to impose myself upon real biological women and dominate them with my narcissistic ways. Unbelievable. When I was Little Rick and came out as fake gender, it wasn't easy for everyone. I also suffered from it. She added, through my commitments and strength, I hope to bring about change in society. Yes, where women are dominated by men who are sick of mind, who want to dominate them and control them and think that they've achieved something and that they are the ones who have achieved this with themselves. They've achieved it with themselves by bullying and also by persuading weak-minded people and those who do not think clearly, and also by those who are themselves mutilators of the flesh. They've persuaded them to go along with this insanity. So they've done it by merit in that way. So they're good at something. Yes, they're good at something, aren't they? Unbelievable. The competition is now owned by Thai businesswoman and reality star Anna Jakabong Jakratip, who is himself trans fake gender. She bought the company in 2022 and promised not only to continue its legacy of providing a platform to passionate individuals from diverse backgrounds, cultures and traditions, but also to evolve the brand for the next generation. Unbelievable, isn't it? You can see it. They're putting themselves into positions of influence. They're buying these places. They're getting into politics, and they are putting themselves up there so they can change everything. And they're not going to listen to the majority of people. They're going to go with this narrative, this sick narrative. Yes, and they're going to do what they've done in Nazi Germany. They're going to do what they did in communist Russia. They're going to brainwash you all with their newspeak. And this is what is happening.